Good evening, everybody. I am Sarah Griffith, and tonight I'm going to do a quick video for you. I'm going to try to keep it short, about 20 minutes or less, and I'm going to talk to you about our challenge groups that we run as coaches and why it might be something for you to consider. So what I'll do tonight is I will start with my history, and I'll share with you how I got started in a challenge group. Then I will share with you what it looks like in the challenge groups. I'll actually do a screen share, and then I'll talk to you about pricing, what kind of commitment does it look like for you, and I'll give you this opportunity. So to be honest with you, looking back on my journey when I started, I wish that I was able to jump on a call like this. Social media wasn't what it was now back then. And I honestly thought that, truthfully, I thought that getting involved and working with a coach was actually going to be a lot more expensive than it really was. And I thought that it was going to be something that, as a school teacher, I wasn't going to be able to afford. I thought it would be similar to working with a nutritionist or a personal trainer. And quite honestly, I was at that point, we were just living paycheck to paycheck. So for me, I didn't think it was in the budget. So to have had the opportunity to come and hear the answers to these questions that I think a lot of you probably have, I wish I would have had that. I think I would have started even sooner. So anyways, how did I get started? I have been fortunate that for my whole life, I have had good genetics. I haven't had any issues with weight. However, after I had my son, I was really working hard as a teacher. I was very tired. I wasn't putting myself first on my priority list. I wasn't eating well, meaning that I would get my son a great healthy breakfast. My husband would have something, but I was hitting the drive-thru at Starbucks each morning. I was living off coffee and not enough sleep and too much stress. And for a solid 2 years, from the time he was born until he was 2, I made it my priority to be the absolute best mom that I could, and the best teacher that I could, and the best wife that I could be, and you name it, it made the top of the priority list. But what didn't make the top of the priority list was me taking care of myself both physically and emotionally. And that meant that I did start to have trouble with weight, and not excessive trouble, but something that I had never encountered before in my life. And so I had a little bit of baby weight left from having my son. With my son, I gained 57 pounds, which for somebody who is as small as I am, that was a lot of weight to have gained. And I didn't lose it all, and I needed just a little bit of help. And I was watching my coach. So my coach, because I have a coach too, is somebody who I went to college with, and she was transforming her life before my eyes on social media. And she was making all these crazy videos about her meal plans and how she was working out. She was a full-time ER nurse, and I remember that I would, like some of you probably do, I would pick up my phone in the morning for 5:30, 6 o'clock when it would go off, and I'd start to scroll Facebook, and I would see on Facebook that she was posting her workout pictures. And there was two parts of me. Part of me was very envious and really, I don't want to say jealous, but I didn't have it. I wasn't working out. I wasn't happy. I wasn't confident in the way my body was feeling and looking. And I was like, ugh, like, come on. But then in the same sense, so like I was like annoyed by it, because here I was, instead of getting out of bed 30 minutes early to go work out, I was on social media scrolling Facebook, wishing that I could change my life, but I didn't. And so anyways, I wanted, though, what she was having. And to be honest with you, I really did follow her very closely. I never liked her posts. I never commented on anything, but I was always saying stuff to my husband like, oh, look what she's doing, or look what she's eating. And like, she planted a seed in my mind. And I'm today forever grateful for her, because that seed has blossomed into a lifestyle change. So I was curious. I wanted to be in her challenge group. She kept talking about her challenge groups, and I was like, I don't even know what those are, but I feel like I need them. So I reached out to her in November because my husband had bought Insanity, just old school Insanity off the TVs, the infomercials, like the 2 a.m. How many of you have ever seen that? He was watching TV late at night, and he ordered them. So we had Insanity, and we would have this grand plan that on Wednesdays, or not on Wednesdays, on the weekend, we would meal plan. and we were gonna like really rock this, and we'd prep a little bit of food. And to be honest with you, looking back, I didn't really know how to meal plan then. So I would think that I meal planned and I would prep, and Monday night would come around and we'd do our insanity workout, and we'd be so sweaty and so tired, and we'd feel really great. And then by Tuesday, we're like, oh, we're sore, but we were still on track. But by Wednesday or Thursday, usually Wednesday night, we were like, yeah, let's just not work out tonight. And then we wouldn't. And then Thursday, one of us always ended up texting each other and being like, even though that chicken was on the meal plan for tonight, let's order in. And we would get pizza or whatever takeout. And all of a sudden it'd be Friday and we were like, forget this. Let's just eat whatever we want all weekend. And we just had this cycle where we would start again on Monday. And I think some of you can relate to that frustration of, I'm just going to start again. And it's not a good place to be. And so that February, that's how long it took me. So November to February, I remember reaching out to my coach. The 21 Day Fix had just launched, and it was my son's second birthday. It was literally the night of his second birthday party. Everybody went home, and I remember lying in bed being like, okay, you deserve to take care of yourself. And so I scoured the internet. I looked everywhere for something that was going to tell me that this wouldn't work, but nothing was coming up that way. And I was like, you owe yourself 21 days. You can do anything for 21 days. And I said that over and over again. And sure enough, I completed it. I got results. I felt better. And all of a sudden I was sharing it with everybody. And I wanted people to feel as confident and happy as I did. And so all of a sudden it became something that I fell in love with that now, almost 5 years later, has completely become my lifestyle. And this is now what I do for a living. I help people who were standing where I was. I teach them, and my coaches who I have trained and mentored, they teach their clients how to get results. Now, I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a nutritionist. You guys, if you follow me for a long time, you know that my background is in education. So my bachelor's is in business, computer, and information technology education, and my master's is in educational leadership. Those two do not equal a nutrition degree. So I can't give you specific advice, but I can show you how to do our Beachbody programs, which come with nutrition plans, and I can motivate you along the way and keep you accountable. So that's exactly what I do. And I'm going to show you guys now. I'm actually going to show you what our challenge groups look like. So I'll do a screen share in a moment, but I want you to understand that my screen will look different than yours because I can see it from my desktop because I have coach access. You guys, when you become a client, your coach is going to add you into an app called the My Challenge Tracker app. It's a Beachbody app, and that allows you to do a lot of really cool things. You can take your pictures and put them in there as far as your like befores, afters, and whatnot. You can add your daily workouts in here. You can add your Shakeology in here. We also have a Beachbody nutrition app that is separate from the Challenge Tracker app, but that nutrition app, a lot of people like it because they can log all their food. It's kind of like a MyFitnessPal, but it's a Beachbody version. So those are two of our apps that we have. So you would have access to this. Your coach would put you into it as long as your coach is using this app. Some coaches only use Facebook, but I am a really big fan of this app. I love it. And I've been using the app now for, I want to say it's been 3 years. So I'm a big fan. So anyways, here's the thing. Here's what I found about challenge groups. It's really easy to have good intentions to do a program. Whether you buy it at a yard sale, whether you bought it from a coach, like whatever, I don't care how you got it. It's easy to think to yourself, you can do this, but it's actually really hard to show up, to lose 50 pounds, to lose 60 pounds, to lose 10 pounds, to lose 5 pounds, whatever it is, it's hard. Because there are days when you're going to feel like, I don't feel like doing this. I'd rather hit the drive-thru, or I'd rather sit on the couch and watch TV. And all of a sudden your excuses become stronger than your desire to change if you're not careful. That's where the challenge groups come into place. And that's the game changer for most people. It's where they find a community. Now, Some communities, some challenge groups are mixtures of men and women. My challenge groups are always women. I've always worked with just women in my groups. And so for me, that's what you're going to find if you work with me as your coach. It's a group of women. Typically, I like the groups, I like them big because it gives me the opportunity to give you people who can be in your corner. When the group is small, it's easy for people to just not check in, and then all of a sudden the group gets quiet and I'm the only one posting. So I love when my groups are big. So currently I have a group right now. It's called the Holiday Hustle. In this group, we originally slated it to start the day after Halloween and go to Thanksgiving. Then we extended it so that it would go the whole way into the Christmas holiday. So this group, these women, have now been together since October, and they're working through various fitness programs. Occasionally, we will do a group that's specific to a program. For example, Transform 20 just came out. We will be doing a group specific to Transform 20. You often will see that when there's a new product launch. But for the most part, most of our challenge groups are just multi-program. So meaning that the people in the group are doing different programs. Not everyone is doing the same. They're following different nutrition plans and they all have different goals. So why I like that is because it gives you a chance to see what does it look like when you do other programs, and then what does it look like, what are the results like for these people once they've done the other programs, and it gives you an idea of what you want to do next. So I'll show you, I'll do the screen share now. And I'm just going to show you. So this is an example of what it looks like. So this is the Holiday Hustle Challenge group. And again, it won't look like this for you guys because I'm showing you the view from the coach view. Yours will be through the app. But basically what happens here is anyone can post to the group. You get notifications just like you would another app. When I post, you can have notifications when others post. It's your choice. But basically, if you scroll down through, you get honesty, you get clients, and I should probably be blocking out their names, but quite honestly, I think that for the most part, these women are really proud of themselves for being here and being on this journey. And this is our private group, but there are 100 of us. And, I just think that it's a really special thing to be a part of if you're lucky enough to join a challenge group that's super active. So what you're going to find is that you're going to find that the journey to get to where you're going is actually messy. It's not days where everybody's super motivated and they love showing up. That's not what it always looks like. Okay, some days they're truthful and they're like, I didn't like it. Let's see. Like this person, she's being really honest right here. She logged a workout. There was a lot I couldn't do of this one. I feel like I say that for all of them. It's a little disappointing, but I guess if I get something done, it's good. Like she's sharing, like, look, like I'm not where I want to be from a physical standpoint right now. This woman is sharing how much she loves the app. This one is showing, she's logging in. Hi, girls. She's talking about the workout that she did, and she's logging the pictures. Some people will log their food, but basically this is the place where you don't get lonely and you don't fall through the cracks and you don't quit on yourself because you have so many other people who are watching you and who are a part of this with you and who are cheering for you. And you will find that healthy isn't a particular size. Healthy is a mindset. Healthy is a lifestyle. It's a decision. You will see that in the challenge groups, you're going to see various sizes, shapes, colors, everything, stages of life. I work with older women. I work with younger women. I work with pregnant women, like you name it. They're all in these groups and they're all rooting for each other. And what's cool is they finish programs because of this. This is one of my clients turned coach, Sarah, and she just finished the 80-day obsession program, which means that it's an 80-day program, which is so incredibly hard. But she did it. She showed up for herself for 80 days, and look how fit she looks. And she's so proud. She's starting on a new program now, but like just seeing this and being able to have a part of this is, oh my gosh, it's powerful. It's awesome. It's an honor, to be honest with you. So some of you often ask me, okay, do I have to do a Beachbody workout, or do I have to follow a Beachbody nutrition program? My answer is to be in these challenge groups. Yes. Running is awesome. Walking is awesome. Going to the gym is awesome, but these challenge groups are reserved for those people who are doing Beachbody programs I'm cool if they add in more. So like on rest day, sometimes people will run or they'll go to yoga or whatever. But the purpose of this group is to help you complete a Beachbody program from start to finish. So what's going to happen is you and I, or your coach, if I'm not going to be your coach, whoever is going to walk you through picking a program to start with based off of your ability level and your goals. The ability level is important. If I signed every new person up who was a beginner and I said, you should do 80-day obsession, I would be basically handing them a ticket to failure. Because 80-day obsession is hard. 80-day obsession is not a beginner level program. It's long, it's hour-long workouts. It's for 80 days. It's time nutrition. It is brutal. But once you graduate from Country Heat or 21-day fix or fix extreme, all of a sudden you have this itch and you say to yourself, I'm ready to do something bigger. I'm ready to do something harder. And then you have skin in the game and you have grit and you start to try harder programs like 80-day obsession. So in the beginning, my goal is to make sure that I align you with something that is actually where you are right now so that you don't quit and so that you can proudly say, I've completed a program. So that's what we do. And then I encourage you to follow the nutrition plan that comes along with it. So all of you are going to have access to your workouts whenever when you log into your Beachbody On Demand account, which is what most all of you will be doing. I'm actually going to pull it up. I didn't think to pull it up ahead of time, but I am. So anyways, you would log in, you can stream them digitally. So Beachbody On Demand is it's like Netflix basically for workouts. But you can stream them from your computer, your iPad. If you have like a Fire Stick or a Roku or Apple TV, you can also stream it that way. So there's lots of different ways for you to access the workouts. In the event that you live somewhere where your Wi-Fi isn't so hot, what you can do is you can actually download them with Wi-Fi. Like say you're in town or you're somewhere where there's better Wi-Fi, you can download them to your device. You can do up to, I think it's up to 5. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to screen share now. I'm actually going to click on the I'm going to do 21-day fix. Okay, so we'll do screen share. So when you're logged into your Beachbody On Demand library, you have access to all the different workouts. You can pick based off of your level of beginner, how long you want the workouts to be, what your program type goals are. But anyways, you basically just pick a program, and I encourage you to do it from start to finish. So here are all the workouts. And you just would hit play, and then within seconds, you're loading them and you're playing them from your device. They also come with supplemental materials. So that's things like, where do you get started? It's your calendar for tracking your workouts. It's a giant nutrition guide to download with food lists, eating plans, recipe ideas. There's a lot of question and answer sessions that most of them have. There's music playlists. You name it, it's in this on-demand library. Not only do you have access to all these workouts, which are incredible, but there's also a whole tab on nutrition that goes along. So I'm not logged in with my 2B Mindset, but I have 2B Mindset. That's one nutritional approach that Beachbody offers if you don't want to do the container system. And then we have a really cool cooking channel. So each week you can come in and you can watch different they're literally like 4 and 5 minute, just different cooking channel videos where you can get new ideas for the upcoming week on recipes. It's really great if you're somebody who feels overwhelmed by Pinterest or meal planning. You're going to really appreciate this. So just something to think about. Let's see here. It's a little slow to load while I'm screen sharing, but moral of the story is that's sort of what Beachbody On Demand looks like. And again, you would have access to that with your challenge pack. So as far as do you have to do the workouts? Yes. And then some of you also say, do I have to do Shakeology or do I have to do the performance line? My question is, how invested are you in yourself? Do you want to halfway get results or do you want to go all in? That was my hang up for like those few months. I didn't want to drink Shakeology. I never had a meal replacement shake. I wasn't a fan of trying shakes or doing drinks that maybe had a texture. And to be quite honest with you, my first like 3 or 4 days, I made them wrong and they were terrible. And I used to plug my nose. But now, almost 5 years in, I will tell you that it is a staple in our home. It's something that we've been buying every month since I started. It's something that my husband drinks, that I drink. Daily Sunshine is something that my children drink. The performance line is non-negotiable for me whenever I am like doing programs like Lift 4, 80-Day Obsession. I'm going to do Transform 20. These programs, the performance line is non-negotiable. It's Energize, it's Recover. Like, I don't do it without it, because if I'm going to put in the time, if I'm going to meal plan, if I'm going to get up early, if I'm going to do the workouts, you better believe I want the best results possible. So I know that in order to do that, I should stick to the plan, right? Because I told you guys I'm a teacher. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a trainer. So when Beachbody tells me that it works a certain way, I believe them. And when I do it their way, I get the best results. So I would say you owe it to yourself to do it as a challenge pack, to try a month of the performance line if you're doing an intense program, or try a month of Shakeology and see what it does for you. So maybe it won't work, right? Maybe you'll get a month in or 2 months in and you're like, oh, I feel the same, or oh, I still crave sugar, or oh, I still have really terrible nutrition habits. Then okay, you can say you tried that. But if you don't try it, you'll never know what results you could be missing out on. So that's my 2 cents. I'm not going to turn you away. As a coach, like, my job is to just help you. It's not my job to decide what your budget looks like, to make you drink Shakeology or make you do something. My job is to just help you, and to show you the way and to show you what's worked for me. And so, yes, challenge packs are encouraged because you're going to save money. You're going to have the bundle pricing and you're going to get to try the products so you can get the best results. But if you come to me and you say, Sarah, I can only afford a 3-month subscription of Beachbody On Demand right now, I'll still welcome you with open arms. I just want to help you. So that's just something to think about, but I'm happy to talk to you in regards to, there's discounts for military families. There's discounts to sign up as a preferred customer. A lot of people who have a journey that is going to be more than 5 pounds. Like, when they say to me, Sarah, I want to lose 30 pounds, they need to show up for several months to lose that weight. So I sign them up as preferred customers from the start, so that next month when they order Shakeology or the performance line, they're not paying full price, so that they're getting the 25%. So these are all things that we can talk about. But I hope this was helpful. I really, truly would love to have you. I realize that you will get to this point when you're ready. I can't twist your arm. I can't force you. I can't make you want to join me, but I can tell you from experience that there will be a time where all of a sudden you just feel like you want to change more than you want to stay the same. And when you get to that place, I hope you will be willing to ask for help. And I hope that you will join our really awesome community that I shared with you guys, because we would love to welcome you with open arms. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching.